Woohoo! The Titans are live. I know many of us are very excited and appreciative of all of the hard work that Space Ape has put in to the release of Metroplex and Triptychon for Earth Wars. I'm sure there are plenty of us in the player base that will love the addition to the gameplay that these things bring that we had no idea we were even missing up until this point. I want to personally thank Texas Hammer and Frostbiter for all of the hard work that they've put in behind the scenes, making XP tables, helping deal with the walkthrough so everyone knows what they're getting into right off the get go. I've been wondering if either one of these guys actually wrote any content for Nintendo Power Magazine back in the day. First off, we're going to go ahead and go over the campaign. Yeah, that means all of you, just like me, who held off on doing Helio because you didn't want to build it. Yeah, you kind of need to do that if you are expecting to take part in Titans. This week, my playtest account was having some technical issues, so I missed out on a lot of the playing with it before I went live. So, guess what? In my excitement when it did, I totally jumped on the campaign and did it while I was waiting for Grind Time's surprise live stream yesterday morning. Didn't even think about recording it then. So, thanks to Dale, I'm going to be go ahead and show you a test Decepticon account for pieces of this video, as well as some screenshots and stuff from my live Autobot account. This is a very rushable base from either side. Why did I mess around before sending the team around the side? Honestly, I don't know, and it really should have been my first clue that my blood sugar was starting to get low. Yeah, type 1 diabetic, but I digress. Let's get back to it. All you need to do is take the team around the back, shadow them with tracks or cutthroat, and then unload on the HQ. Wait for the boom. And then, yay, Titan Spark. But we'll get into that in a bit. So, heading into base 2, you will notice that there's a tooltip when you head in. Now, I do encourage you to pay attention to these. This one is just telling you to hurry and not to attempt to attack the Titan, since only other Titans can attack them. They can and do attack you if there is not another Titan on the board. So, this one is rushable if you have a little bit of strategy with it. Obviously, I just went up and did it, as I was going with no strategy and just kind of pulled them up as I could. And to try to negate some of that interference from the Titan, I used tracks slash cutthroat and some heals. Point management, not the greatest, but it definitely gets the job done. And then, yay, more Titan Spark. Base 3 is super easy rush. My execution of it is definitely not the smoothest in the world. You will do better than me for sure. So let's go ahead and move on to base 4. Tooltip here points out that when there is not another Titan on the board, he will help you attack the base. After deployment, you will notice that you get a skill in the right corner, much like we do for combiners. So we're just going to go ahead and go around the outside of the base, up to the HQ. Now, despite slowing down gameplay by selecting skills so that I could watch the hit points on the HQ, as well as the charge timer for the Titan, I hesitated thinking the skill would fizzle. So that microsecond later, when I decided to go for it anyways, sure enough, it fizzled. So the HQ blew up, and you'll notice a retricle on that spider mine in front of him instead. Oopsie. Heading into base 5, you'll notice that the tooltip here lets you know that if your Titan squishes the opponent's Titan, that yours will help you out instead of having a cup of coffee and relaxing on the sidelines. So again, this is another easy rush base. If you care about the bot splitting, it is better not to deploy as I have done due to the location of that wall there. I didn't care, as well as my blood sugar was low, so I just rushed up without a care in the world about them splitting, point control, or really anything. With this style of battle, you will need to multitask to take full advantage of the ability to use the skill from your Titan. However, in the case of this battle, the headquarters popped long before I was able to use the Titan's skill. Now that the campaign is done and you have unlocked the Titan Lab, there is no build time, just a couple of clicks and boom, you've got the Titan Lab. What is important to note here is you need to click into the lab part, not the tech tree, but the lab part, and click on Unlock Titan in the lower corner. At this point, we are free to start playing with our new Titan. So, what should be our first thing that we do? Well, for the purpose of this video, because we need more Titan Spark to take it to level 2, we're going to go ahead and jump into the Titan Assault to earn more Titan Spark so that we can upgrade. You will find this mode when you click to do a battle. It is now right below Elimination Mode. You will notice that this screen looks a lot like a war or a campaign screen. However, each zone has multiple attacks or phases to it. Zone 1, phase 1 through 4 are random bases that your Titan will solo. This is where you will currently notice that some of those missiles do not hit what they are aimed at. I am in dear hopes that this is worked on as time goes by, because it can be a little frustrating to aim at something only to have a stormtrooper experience. This is something that you will need to play around with and is actually not always the case, but have some patience and see where aiming works best for you on your device. I can tell you aiming on my tablet is far different than on my phone, and I use a stylus for both. So, heading into phase 5, this is where it gets a little more tricky. This is like a Godzilla versus King Kong, but it's really just Trypticon and Metroplex fighting for dominance. For this fight, I do recommend you upgrade to level 2 first. However, I'm going to go ahead and show you why. Deploy as far back as we can get. Keep in mind that the range for the skill of a Titan is quite big, and so there is no need to start as close as possible, and it will actually hurt you on the time if you do decide to go that route, because you need as much time as possible for the recharge of your Titan skill. Start right off with the skill and then let them do their thing while you wait for it to recharge. If you get stunned, just keep clicking. Every millisecond in this battle counts. Now you will notice as a level 1, he does not have enough oomph to take down his opponent. So it's back to the lab we go, and since we have that Titan Spark, it is no problem to level him up. There are two things that we use to improve our Titans. One is Spark that I've been talking about, and the other is actually Titan XP. You will get that from War as well as resource hits. We will get to that part in a bit though. So now that our Titan is level 2, we're going to go ahead and use that same technique to take down phase 5. I didn't manage to do this on my main. Part of it, I suspect, is a hint of luck as well, since, well, there are a bunch of reports of frustration as well as tons of reports of success out there using the same exact stats on the Titan. So Also, you will notice here that I zoom in on the right side. This is not a video editing issue, but to show how I prefer to have my skill and where I need to click closer together for this fight. Maybe I'm lazy. Maybe in my mind it saves time. I just chalk it up to OCD and move on. So, now after completing Zone 1 Phase 5, you will notice that you can move on to Zone 2. However, unlike when you are doing war and your mess ups are three strikes, you're out for each base, this is a three strikes, you are out overall. So, that sample of why I suggested to upgrade your Titan first actually hurts now as I stare down the next phases to this zone. And if you fail out, you have to wait all the way until the next cycle. Monday, but still. So let's go ahead and do level 3 and try zone 2. Oops. It looks like I messed around a bit too much. All right. Moving on to the Titan XP. It is of great note that the XP here is limited each week, and either you gain it or you lose the opportunity to. The current limit is 6,000 per week. You can earn this by doing resource hits or war only. Also, once you are capped for the week. So, first we have a fight here where it's actually a loss. Now, just like normal, you will get whatever resources you have captured and lose a combat award medal for losing. But this is mainly to demonstrate that while you get assistance from your Titan, if you die, he goes away. Although, in this case, it is after the combat bot dies instead. There is no partial credit given to the Titan. It is an all or nothing with the XP here. On a winning fight, it is just like normal. The only thing is there's the addition of Titan XP as well. Let's go ahead and head into the Titan lab and go in and take a look at what the XP can actually be spent on. This is the tech tree. It is worth noting that Triptychon and Metroplex have the exact same options here. Unlike Soundwave and Blaster, where the minions are either ground or air, or other subtle differences that you see between the two factions, this is an absolutely 100% fair and even skill tree. However, just like with D&D or anything else where you can spend ability points, what direction you decide to take your Titan in is 100% up to you. But keep in mind that you cannot get your XP back after you have spent it. And I highly doubt there ever will be. So be very cognizant in where you're going to spend your XP before you do it. I need to take a moment to highlight that the link for the walkthrough that the guys put together will be in the information below, as well as a link to the Discord server that Space Ape runs for Transformers Earth Wars. Also, do not forget to take a moment in the game to subscribe to the newsletter if you have not already. Between the newsletters and Discord, information is put out pretty regularly as well as very quickly. Also, another perk to being on the Discord server, besides asking people what their opinions are on things, is hey, loot links, free stuff, totally worth it if you win. Also, a very special thank you to Frostbolter, Tex, and Dale. Not just for all you guys have done to help the community get ready for the Titans, but also in allowing me the access to tools to get this video out, as well as some of the graphics used. I will be looking forward to making one on the 3-star since the max level for 2-star is only 5. Thank you everyone for watching. If you like this content, feel free to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Bye!